What's good, everybody? This composition MC that writes fiction back at it with another review. This is for Black Clover chapter 353. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. Now, I know I'm a little bit delayed in doing this, but we getting it done. I think there's actually a break this week for Black Clover, so this is actually perfect to get this out. But the chapter is called Banquet in Full Swing. Now it starts off, the clouds, the sky is clear. This hasn't happened in a long time, within this, everybody's just excited. Ryu's just all like, thanks, Asta. And we get a part where Asta goes over to Heath and something important was said during this part, and this is from Ryu. Lucius and Julius now know how to resurrect people on the level of your grand magic knights. And then this is where Asta asks, you sure that there's no way, that I can get to the kingdom right now? And then Ryu's just all like, the Black Bull's on the way. And that's one of the things that I was talking about in the prediction. They didn't physically pop up in this chapter, but they was mentioned, which was super, super dope. And so Ryu just says that, they're figuring out how to come and get you, and 3 more days we'll just have to trust them and wait. And so that's very, very interesting. How are they going to get out there? Well, there's still, I feel like if I were to do like a quick prediction for 354, it's at this point it's got to shift over to the Clover Kingdom. Like, we need to know what's going on. Like, there's been so much over here, which is cool, but I don't see at this point, this is a nice point of the story to kind of be like, okay, let's move on over here. I feel like there will be like a little bit more in regards to here in the land of the sun, and maybe midway through the chapter we get what's going on to the Clover Kingdom. I feel like there's got to be some sort of segue into it, but maybe it might be sooner in the chapter, or maybe it might be the whole chapter. I'm not sure, but everybody's throwing like a feast for Asta. Um, and so that's very, very interesting. And this is where we find out some stuff in regards to Charmia as well. But before that, we actually get this interaction between Ichika and Ryu. And Ichika says, so I, and not my brother, was the one who destroyed the Yami clan. And Ryu just sips his stuff and doesn't say anything, which is very, very interesting. Then Ichika goes on over to Asta. Asta's getting freaking faded. Like, Asta is getting drunk as fuck, and so Ichi comes in there and she says, I apologize for speaking badly about your beneficiary. And I think she pours him a drink, um, but just has like some with him. And then and Asta's just drunk and he's just all like, it's real big of you to admit it, Ichika. Oh, good. So it was a mistake after all, huh? Oh, this is funny. But then she dips off to and he doesn't know. But within this, there's another interaction that's very funny. And this is when the strongest Ryuzen goes up to Asta, is just like, hey moron, introduce me to a tough lady from your country one of these days. And it's all like, Asta's like, huh? And then he's all like, one with flame Jujutsu would be great. And I instantly thought of Mary Leota. And they actually show like a little picture of her, and that's interesting. Like, I don't know if we got to see like his strength like that, even though he got to do this, which was super dope. But this is Heath, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you got to see a full display of his power. We've got to see some amazing feats from Mary Leota. So I I don't know, man. They maybe that's a testament to his power, but for him to specifically say flame and to specifically say a strong woman, that was like just right there. Now Asta goes on to go take a bath. It is so funny because it's all like, "Oops, I forgot my towel." One of the other reasons said the bigger one, and Asta just all like naked, he jumps into the freaking whatchamacallit, which is interesting because I haven't seen Libe. He's right here with them as far as when they're, doing their thing and everything like that. But then, he's nowhere to be found. But that's the one thing that I didn't get into, the whole Charmy thing. So they talk about how it's a Uchiyami is the goddess of meals. Long ago, a huge famine nearly wiped out the land of the sun, but she saved us. So that's very, very interesting. It literally looks like Charmy. It's just like, ah. So that's interesting. But yeah, back to as far as the hot spring. Now, Asta's in there, and then but Ichiko was in there as well. He didn't know that it was the girl's turn, and so Asta just is like blink, and he's super sobered up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm dead," and he sees her naked with her sword and those Yabi evil eyes and everything like that. But actually, she is super embarrassed and she's just like, oh my gosh. And he's like, and he runs out, like dips out, and he's naked and everything like that. Next morning, he walks out, he passes Ichika, and she's like, morning, Achika. She says, morning, Asta. And Asta says, Ichika, good morning, ma'am. I'm really sorry about last night. And I don't know, it's definitely not a smirk, but she says that you're going to take responsibility for that, you fool. And he's like, huh, what does that mean? And then we get as far as Ryu in the Ryuzen 7, their training, and then it ends with 3 days until Judgment Day. So this is very, very interesting. One of the things that people are talking about is what does she mean by take responsibility for that? And they were talking about how in some traditions when you see a woman naked, like you gotta marry her or something like that, which is very, very interesting. We all know with Yabi. Me personally, I'm gonna say it. I don't like the Asta X Ichika ship. That's just my personal opinion. Shout out, move this out the way. Shout out to Brandon Brown, who said, he said, do you have a problem with Ichika possibly being Asta's hero with me? I think it'll be both fun and interesting, especially if Yami gets wind of this. But it would be interesting. It's not that it would be bad. It's just on the level of storytelling. I think that him and Noel make just like a really good couple. But I mean, it really would be funny. It really would be funny just because it's Yami. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to really see the interaction between Ichigo and Yami after all of these years. And I'm curious to see Charlotte's reaction to Ichigo. Like that, I think is gonna be very, very interesting. But anyways, this is my review. Me personally, like I said, I think that this chapter dropped a little nuggets. Ryu not saying anything when Ichika asked, she was the one that did it, not the brother. I feel like that's gonna make a circle back around. Um Charmy's whole thing, the thing with the strongest Ryus and Mary Leona, Charmy thing, the Ichika and Asta. And that joy is very, very funny. And the 3 days and the Black Bulls on the way. So we'll see. We will see. I really think that next chapter, I think they just have no choice but to get over to the Clover Kingdom. Like we literally have not hurt. Like they all still think he's dead, except for the Black Bulls, you know. But I don't know, but we'll see. Anyways, Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. Peace.
Ready for the return to fall. Maybe I should be asleep, but these full moon vibes got me in the deep. Emotional roller coaster strapped in my seat, ready for a trip to find what I seek. Passing through the galaxy into my office, translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, build your resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the solo, it's a boss. At the heart of my winter, there's an event.